After murder, we encounter the great mystery, that which surpasses the human experience, the human disease. Directly before, a moment or two after, and essentially during murder, great mysteries revealed. Animal introduction. The first prehistoric urge instilled at birth. The first cries of freedom, if only from the womb. And birth and death do not end it. This transgression is perhaps the first and final step in the evolutionary stage. Before and after reincarnation. Seen through the murderer's eyes, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall always want the only true free spirit. He maketh me to lie in wait for rapture. Dark horse rider, he leadeth me to vile angel water. Of dark shadows. He destroyeth my soul. In the path of blindness, for his name's sake. Blindness. The first incision fulfills in the valley of the shadow of death. For the last, thou appeareth before me through animal eyes, in robes of silicone and rust, and God's eye. Thou dost defile me as no other has before thee, and God's eye. I feel all life, for thou art with me. Thy rod and staff serve to defeat me through the murderer's eyes. In the presence of my enemies, the only true free spirit, thou anointest my head with scalding oil, dark horse rider. My blood runneth over, maggot slayer. Surely goodness and mercy shall forsake me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell underground, underfoot, forever, in the presence of mine enemies. The first incision fulfills the need for the Lord is my shepherd, seen through animal eyes, always one, and God's eye.
Your thoughts one day will cease. It does not matter how or why, gentle branches shall enfold thee.
Oh Give us this day our failing heads and deceive us of our free passage. Give us this day our failing heads and deceive us of our free passage. Our Father, who art in heaven, shall be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy wisdom spun in surgery and circumcision. Thy kingdom come, thy vision hung in sanity and in derision. And the minds of children and the minds of scorn your plans. Refuse your hand. May your circle be unwoven. And the minds of children scorn your plans. Refuse your hand. May your circle be unwoven. And the minds of children scorn your plans. Refuse your hand. dreamer, insane stranger on the shore. There is no one left here, not a soul. Amid the confusion, expecting nothing, not a soul. Oh, mother, could I come back to you? Oh, mother, could I come back to you? A terrible vision of order out of control, in accordance with human history, here in the company of death, we approach new graves, divided for love's sake, refined in rapture, ready to fly or to die. Mother, could I come back to you? Mother, could I come back to you? I'm lifted up into the presence of divine forces. Mother, opened mouth in magnificence and beauty. Or shall we suffer the same fate as all the others, stuck on a plane which does not suit them? Lost in thought, forgetful of primitive desire. Goodbye, dreamer, not a soul. Mother, could I come back to you? Mother, could I come back through you? Mother, could I come back to you? The animals, I know how you make out, welling with authority, violent, enthusiastic, enduring bitterness. My husband's been dead for 5 years though, largely unobserved. The demons, the clowns are gone. And so is my mother. Mother, could I come back to you? Come back to you. Mother, could I come back through you? Through you. mother, could I come back to you? Come back to you. Oh mother, could I crawl into you? Back into you. Oh mother, oh mother.
Lecture of nectarines taking precedence over the vast emptiness of my name and quickly depleting body. Collapsed in holy withdrawal and a shivering wound left unhealed by time or paranoia. Hopeless hope of nothing to come but lonesome nights in the thick of nowhere. Juniper days and hold me over the barrel of your gun. Ancient aneurysm of dysfunctional maladies. Bitter taste lingers on a tongue of misfortunate choice. There, beneath hideous green-blue liquids await truths yet untold. And by token of my own relinquished desire, fires of uncommon velocity burn the palate in star-space speed and brooding collapse. Flat on my back, eyes turned towards heaven, black. After that, all else fades, and in this haze of unequaled delirium, I become the father who in life has evaded me. For all to see, my religious frenzy played out in turbulent half-acts at rosary pinwheels, and blood drips wearily from the wounds of childhood affliction, claws ripping inwardly. But forget all I've previously tried to raise, and instead gaze upon the altar now assembled to erase that which gave birth to this unfortunate man-child. With a slightly crooked smile, replace torn umbilical ripcord in defense of my premeditated crime. Unworthy bastard they call I. Shall stand in judgment of the mirror held before me. Cracked down the middle like quicksilver oozing down your golden throat. A bloodletting jab through the arteries of stasis, and chaos floods the body like a broken dream. Holding on in bold-faced desperation, holding on to one last fatal glimpse. Hands meet, touch, retract, burn to ember. Weakness has sunken in and taken its place at the head of this dark parade. The stormtroopers attack, bringing up the backwash of bile, a vile agenda lived out in monotonous pain. Forming shit-soaked lives, denied by those who fake it life. Denied, maligned, redefined circles of shit. Costumed as shit. Cherishing shit as though we are indebted to it. May we live to regret or forget. This nightmare is in overdrive, a fire of uncommon velocity.
This is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I've got quite a few things that I'm afraid of. Sometimes I just can't face myself, and very slowly, this is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I've got quite a few things that I'm afraid of. Sometimes I just won't face myself, and every lovely flower, with some disdain. I do not know why you don't know. I cannot reap what you have sown beneath this blanket of loose soil. It's wrapped around my mortal coil. No, stem is not a rose, but that's how my garden grows, and I cannot see the forest or the trees, and I'm always mistaking the poison for disease, and now it's so shut to hell and I'm back again. Well, I seek redemption for the same old sin, and I fall on my knees, and I pray, But fields of poppies, they remain, and they're complete with needle and spoon and flame, and that's how they found me last time dead. There is well, this is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I've got a few things that I'm afraid of. Sometimes I just can't face myself, and very slowly, this is my favorite sad story. Forget me not, or I'll forget myself. I've got quite a few things that I'm afraid of. Sometimes I just can't face myself, and every pretty flower, every lovely flower, every deadly flower views its life with someday stay. I do not know why you don't know. I cannot reap what you have sown. Beneath this blanket of blue soil, it's wrapped around my mortal coil. Irises, they lay in spring mud, where lovers drown each other's sorrows, where lovers dream about tomorrow. And as for me, well, I drown another kind. Sadness runs cold through my veins. Posies wreaths, they crown me and my heart. Those fields of poppies should just fade away. My heart, my heart, they should just fade away. I should just fade away. Well, I should just fade away. Time is waiting in the wings. He speaks of senseless things. His script is you and me. Boy, time, he flexes like a whore, goes wanking to the floor. His script is you and me. Boy, time in quaaludes and red wine, demanding Billy Dolls and other friends of mine. Take your time. The sniper in the brain, regurgitating drain, incestuous and vain, and many well, I look at my watch, it says 9:25, and I think, oh God, I'm still alive. You should be on by now. We should be on by now. You are not a victim. You just scream with boredom, and you are not evicting time. Chimes, goddamn, you're looking old. You'll freeze and catch a cold because you've left your coat behind. Take your time. Breaking up is hard, but keeping dark is hateful. I had so many dreams, I made so many breakthroughs, but you, my love, were kind. Love has left you dreamless. The door to dreams was closed. Your park was real and greenless. Perhaps you're smiling now, smiling through this darkness, but all I have to give is a guilt for dreaming. We should be on by now. We should be on by now. We should be on by now. Time.
Not caring, truly blinded, I leave this box with twisted face and everything you ever wanted white against glass. Dead as names from bellies tightened. Something must be done about this. They have robbed us of a cheapened life. Permit us only a sense of pity brought on by brutality and unconcerned eyes. Lives in squalor, sick or in prison. The door's old game, all night caught nothing. A member of that body, that one mind in memory alone. No razor nor fermented liquids in vaulted power shall gain dominion over death. Fast-moving, crazy, wandering, nature's mutation of ghastly fates. Heavy canvas holding cave-like drip rot. One hand winds in deep space-time, halfway down my death watch ticks. This sermon of agony draws all my attention away from the years. No great outcry of bodies in godless commotion. Look at their dauntless courage to this good news. Black night hearts leading them astray. And these heroic deeds done in leaping blaze across centuries of mental ascent. Should we resign such human frailties? As in heaven's tongue, confess. And if this outline is a blueprint of fear, turn away. Seeds spilt, then altered by day, frowning signs, yellowed slowly in smolders. Do we not occupy such thrones? The proof of scars catching man in his own trap of salvation. It is the positive core of checks and balances. It is not in fire's abrogated fate. Is it a stirring reaffirmation of hope's final warfare? Are we not restrained in morning star indulgence? Standing at the gate, slaves as royals shift. A smear of wasp-sized jewels glitter madly as the throat is cut from ear to ear. Ever-widening circles engulf these molten days. So that love and mercy might walk in newness, active faith. A unity we know that must never be broken. On the other hand, you are a brother of foreign land, a green-eyed monster, all of you sheep, not lords but servants, separated from the sphere of truth before sin. And we shall view the resurrection of the dead, come to know the end of human foldings, a graceless life already spent, in lethal evening rains. One crack in this otherwise seamless egg.
Give me back my smoking pistol. I feel lost so far from home. Give me back my smoking pistol. I've got problems of my own. I gave you wreaths of gold and silver. Rest those laurels on your head. Laid you out on sheets of linen. Rest assured you're far from dead. Lay down slowly on the left side of my bed. Speak so softly, oh so softly, as the moonlight turns blood red.
lithium-powered shower of blazing sparks, in retina of slight degree and free vision. Mark-on downgrades, slow fade heartbeat. Rise to the occasion or slide to its defeat. Repeat fractions that accost you, molested derelict gumshoe, dumbwaiter, free season gunshot masturbator. Mercury glides through the fusion of planetary wheezings, and it's a mindfuck affair. Check the pulse pulsating regiments below the thick sun glare. Loose case corpse of rich rot gut. Well, I was hot to trot and ready for action, any action.
And those were the days.
A distraction from the usual fare, but my flair never faltered. And let me assure you in half awareness that I was a brother of low degree.
And those were the days.
On my knees in semi-darkness of nightshade and justice. Penetration forms the basis of unnatural reproduction. Introduction to the underworld, underbelly, topsy-turvy skeletal regime. In this season of blindness, I research the fields of braille laid out before me. Bumps on skin forming masses, passes as in human form. Scorned heat garbage runner, ringworm slant farmer, the father of all disease. An atmospheric dance with darkness, illuminated pulse of a star across a solar plane. And phosphorescent love, take the space shove and wind up lost in the Milky Way of suppressed sex and perversion. Worm runners shimmy through the aftermath of destitutional insanity. And all the goats escape and the virgins are burned Joan of Arc style, flames shooting high through the air and martyrdom intact. But I do not intend to discourage you with these words of dime store wisdom. But if the shoe fits, wear it. And by the looks of you, you're about a size 13, which, if the myths are to be believed, is a telltale sign of further endowments, if you get my drift Lockwood ramblings. Hateful thoughts burrow deep beneath hot flash, withered flesh-eating maggot lust. Furlough to indifference and intolerant behavior. But darling, don't get me wrong, you are my savior. Further research may not be necessary, awaiting instruction in this blackened death march game, teetering on the brink and drink hastily from the boiling cup of disillusionment. Repent. Relentlessly searching for a cure to this vile addiction, sickened by the sight of lost children, I myself included, roaming aimlessly through the piles of rubbish, hashish-induced comatose, drug-state elation. Roadmap to anywhere, somewhere, nowhere. Lines crumble and blend with the attentiveness of a doting mother, fucking pig-slime horror show, Slowboat Billy.
And those were the days.
Somewhere over the rainbow, colored sleight of hand and crippled finger, wring her neck and wretched body ground to pulp. And I am neither here nor there, an unaware observer of life's scrumptious plate of manure, matured and often squandered. Burning image of infectious wild dog rampage, unlocked cages wither with desire, a surefire plot to override the connection. Spent mind in crawling bad luck, dumb fuck, pretension, an added dimension of hawkers, smooth gin.
And those were the days.
Where to begin with an ending so close, and nothing but cheap ramblings of pharmaceutical ignorance being regurgitated from my gaping orifice. Like the orange sunset of yesteryear, chalk-faced dribble running down my chin. In forbidden corners of childhood horror, hide and go. Life becomes perhaps worth living. And those were the days.
Those were the days.
Allow me this much leverage, a bitter-sweet twisting of the truth. those were the days.
And those were the days.
Lithium-powered shower of blazing sparks, in retina of slight degree and free vision. Mark on downgrade, slow fade, heartbeat. Let me assure you I was a brother of low degree. And those were the days.
And those were the days.
Electronic babble, shove off with thine elastic attitude. You condescending fuckhole, you tiny little prick. You don't have the persuasion to crash down my power of hope with rationalization. Tower of rubble, shovel dirt back in that open hole. My soul residing, hiding there. A devilish grin of rich desire, more fire devouring flame. And shame on you, rusty beggar, the one I have longed for, you splendid whore. No gift perhaps to reason on the lips of this sad madman. I was overtaken by a vile dream in which I tumbled to earth with my disassembled feet. And you must not treat me like the others. We are not one and the same, removed, proved to be of higher honor, lest the trumpets wail, and fail to find release from this rancor of bullshit ties, these drownings. God forgive my slightly shifting lines. Electronic babble, tower of rubble, shovel dirt back in that open hole. No gift perhaps to reason on the lips of this sad madman. God forgive my slightly shifting lines in thought disfiguration. In thought disfiguration. King of queens and knave of nothing, I, dear skin, defeat the source of that which spurns me. Meat is meat, defeat the source of that which spurns thee. As for me, do not mistake my misgivings as indifference to this madness that surrounds me. Oftentimes, I flee from this torturous mind-style, death-style reunion. Just another onion head, polished meal of spine structure and jaundiced horns. All the endless fragments of this distorted view of life. My soul, sold, my being, maybe. Toss, turn, burn the smile that tries to waste you. There is no hope in repetitive warfare, nightmare, but then again, who the fuck am I to care? King of queens and knave of nothing, Let us take heed of memories foretold, dear skin. Electronic babble, tower of rubble, shovel dirt back in that open hole. King of queens and knave of nothing. Dear skin. Dear skin. Dear skin. This is the end of the line, road come to a close. Muted vision of the dead blends exhaustively with the wretched night that binds it, blinds us in wanton light. A flight not so easily ignored by those in whose arms death waits enthroned. And these are the nights of wasted bones, traced footsteps in mud. The dull flood of laughter caught in leprous waves crashes without mercy, as reminder of a spent future, lost past, a void existence, time and again. Wind blown, sky scatters, embryo in flames. But will it always incur so much unwarranted pain? Clouds ripped open by a band of sleepless souls intervening from the other side of life. Throats cut like sacrificial lambs at the demon's altar. Seemingly endless invasions by huge staring monsters. Those who go nameless among the largely unwanted masses occur every day. I pass them by, those gaily painted runners in this mad dash to nowhere fast. At last a slight relief from those strangely demented eyes, seething, beaming wildly and lonesome, some set to down. Maggot drain, brain crabs, insect larvae, sex destrata. And in the same breath, dusted nectar of heart's blood gone to rust. But I trust you felt the same sharp-telling pinpricks as our minds digress, regress. Transformation into a new you must take place, like a pelt worn over milky skin and alabaster sheets, rolling off an unmade bed in bliss and the devil's shattered kiss. You gyrate for a dead world, try to raise erections from its corpse. Roll over and bite hard on that dead meat. Beat it over and over again. Well, it has been a conscious decision on my part to betray those digressions, although as you can see, I sometimes fail. At least I forget what brought me to the first and last. It was orgasmic rush, hope, and trust like flies with wings removed. Paralyzed parasite that I have set my gaze upon. How quickly you lose what I was craving, raving mad and pleased to meet you. Catch as catch can.
spat on the floor. Arranged features, a bored mask, strands of hair waving, massive doors always open. Knee deep in iris and blood red, the fold of his eyes. He awoke last night crying out,
God save us!
knowing that his life was in danger. Wild-eyed, his face filled with frenzy. What will it be like to be dead? Fugitive tremors run through his limbs, bloated face in mouthpiece, torso straight twisting. He drew a breath, voiced a thought, low as a sea urchin. A near-empty terminal, devoid of life. Voices oddly disjointed invoke the unknown man.
Un grattacielo tenuto su alla base di una corona di baionette.
Back to endless pacings. A little cry of pain.
God has buried us.
Help him in carrying his load. It is sharp pain. Condemned to dwell within his mind forever. Love of a crown not so sharp. Body hanging, bent in curses, invocations. Putrefaction gave birth to swarms, milk and honey, affronting death. This and this alone will give them wisdom. The word of God roasted,
Dog forsake us.
evil smelling fuel. Persons accused by these fumbling metal claws, bellies ripped open,
Dog forsake us.
escape this load of chains. Faces turned towards desire, stretching and straining, giving up the ghost, a bitter torment. I am no soldier of Jesus Christ, cloak of shit and horror. Blood does flow, milk and breath, devoured by wild dogs.
I am no soldier of Jesus Christ.
The body will rot away.
Cloak of shit and horror.
All things are ruled, violated. Wanton eyes shall be impaled, eaten together with barley, naked in lustful shame. Down, bound, praying fervently. glorified with many crowns, nailed, torn, imprisoned, affliction, addiction, the body will rot away. Down, bound, praying fervently.
God save us. God betrayed us.
Nailed,
God has buried us.
imprisoned,
God forsake us.
pray if you must. Pray if you must.
God save
Lord
us.
of life,
God betrayed us.
if you must.
God has buried us. God forsake us.
Pray if you must. I am no soldier,
No soldier,
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Cloak of shit
Cloak of shit
and horror.
and horror.
The body will rot away.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.